My name is Morgan, I'm 20, I've just moved to Spain as a personal trainer. I actually studied journalism and then I decided to take a turn into the fitness industry about 3 years ago. And now I'm setting up my own business and trying to get into a bit more of events management out in Spain. I actually studied journalism originally. I'd done that for 3 years, and in the final year of my studies I changed to do personal training. So on the weekends I would study personal training whilst I was finishing my journalism degree as well. So I'd done both, and then at the end I decided to go into personal training. It was just much more suited for me, and like I say, I'd done like weekend courses and then an 8-week course as well. When I was at school, really random for a kid, I wanted to be a wedding planner. So it's like really random. I've gone wedding planning, journalism, gym. So now I'm actually starting to run events through fitness. So I'm doing like boot camp and brunch, it's called. So you come for a workout and then everyone meets up and goes for brunch, because everyone loves brunch and avocado these days, don't they? So I have started to touch on the events side again, and obviously my journalism complements that as well, with my writing skills and kind of the more marketing side of the journalism studies as well. So yeah, when I was younger it was wedding planning, because I just loved weddings, and there was a movie called 27 Dresses and I just loved it because it was all this wedding planning stuff. It all seems to have come together since I've moved to Marbella. Like everything seems to have come together, and yeah, it's good. So setting up like fitness events rather than just doing like the one-to-one PT in the gym, which I love, but there's so many PTs, personal trainers in this gym and in Marbella that you need to find your niche and you need to find something different to stand out, otherwise you're just in there with the rest of them, you know. So this is kind of like, I sat one day and just thought, what can I do that's different? And I was like, that's it, events, because I love doing both. Best things, I love talking to people, so I think that was the thing with journalism. I was sitting behind a desk and you're not necessarily out all the time, whereas in my job now I'm just always on my feet, and like I've got so much energy that I just love spending it all day, every day, motivating other people. Kind of the best thing about it I would find is turning people's life into like a healthier one. So for myself, when I first got into fitness, I was like out partying a lot because I was a student, like everyone does. And then I just thought I need to spend my money more wisely. And I got a gym membership and I started going to the gym. So I'm like, although there is a balance with like fun and, you know, a bit more serious, healthy side of life, I like introducing that to new people, and kind of watching them go through the journey that I went through, where they start to actually enjoy being healthy as well. It seems to come and go. I try and keep it early mornings, whereas in Spain people don't do early mornings. So back home I used to get up at like 4:30, I'd cycle to work for 5, first client at 5:30, that was like my routine. But now it's like nobody wants to train before 10 AM and I'm like, what do I do with like the 5 hours I'm used to having in the morning? So I've actually started getting up, going for a walk, meditation, which I never thought I would ever do. I've started doing just like having like a morning to myself where you actually get ready for the day. It's had a total knock-on effect on the rest of my day. I feel like less stressed, like I'm not rushing around. If I start my morning at 9 and I've got a client at 10, the rest of my day just feels like a domino effect of negative things spiraling. Whereas if I get up and have like 3 or 4 hours to myself, have a coffee, go for a walk, it totally makes a difference to your headspace for the rest of the day. So I do that in the morning, and then I'll be working until around like 3, and I also do some website design at the moment as well, so I'll go home and do some work on my computer, and then I've got into the Spanish routine of having dinner at like 10 PM and off to bed. Yeah. So that's your level 2 and level 3, which is across Europe. That one, the first initial one was just an 8-week on the weekends. That was for my level 2, and then my level 3 I done from like home studies for over the course of like 6 or 7 months, and then sat the exam at the end. It depends what course you go through. People can do crash courses, but I done like a slightly longer one, which meant I had the books at home, and like I say, it was a little bit longer, but you kind of had more time for the information to sink in. The crash courses can be 6 weeks, so it's anything from 6 weeks to a year, really. depends what course you decide to take. I'm not sure how it works in Spain, but in Scotland that's your choices. Journalism, I loved it. I still do kind of like blog and stuff as well. I was initially doing music blogging, so I was like reviewing for newspapers and the radio, and I loved doing it, but like I say, at the end I just knew I wanted to go into something more sporty, but yeah, the journalism was... As much as I love like looking good and feeling good, for the fitness industry, I would love for it not to be solely aesthetic based. Like, so many people are focusing on transformations and forgetting about how people feel, and I just want everyone to enjoy exercise and not see it as a chore because you want to look like this next Instagram model, you know? I would like the world to appreciate everyone feeling good and looking good in the way that they want to, not because they feel like they have to.